Tourists in Medellin are targeted for theft the moment they step foot outside the airport.
We got out and we were just walking. Everyone was drunk, it was late night. And then suddenly the police comes and then the police starts scanning everyone.
If you're exposed to devil's breath, you can lose all control for 2 to 3 days. You'll still be conscious, but you won't remember anything, and you could end up being completely hypnotized. Pablo Escobar's reign claimed the lives of countless innocent people who had no part in his crimes. Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. I'm in Medellin, Colombia, exploring a city full of culture, transformation, and energy. Medellin is often associated with Pablo Escobar, and that dark past still lingers. But the city is so much more than that. Medellin, up north in Antioquia, is Colombia's second biggest city in size and economy. Medellin has also recently gained global limelight for its brilliant urban planning, which made the weather more livable and helped lower the city's overall temperature. The place I'm at right now is called Pueblito Pesa. Pueblito means a small town or village, and Pesa is what people from Antioquia or Medellin are called. Think of this place as a shortcut to experiencing Medellin and Colombian culture. Authentic vibes, local essence, all in one spot. The locals have created this replica to showcase what their traditional villages look like. That way, instead of traveling to a remote town, you can just come here in Medellin and experience a piece of their culture in one place. Before I take you deeper into this township, I gotta clear something up. Medellin isn't just that place you've heard about because of, well, let's say certain illegal trades. Yes, the past was tough, but this city is bursting with life now. As you can see all around me, Pueblito Pesa has a charming little setup with a fountain in the center, a church over there, and traditional houses with balconies. It's designed to show off the traditional architecture of a typical Pesa village. Now, when it comes to the people of Medellin and Antioquia, Pesa, there's a lot said about them. One thing you'll often hear is that they're considered some of the most beautiful people in Latin America. And honestly, if you look around, you'll see why. The women here are genuinely stunning. We'll explore this town together, but first, an important topic: what not to do in Medellin. This video dives deep into that. Certain mistakes can put you in danger or even cost you your life. With its history of violence, gangs, and cartels, staying safe as a tourist is crucial. Stick around. I'll be sharing some life-saving tips and basic etiquettes that'll not only help you blend in, but travel smoothly without any hassles. I've got Anna with me. She's from Mexico. We met last weekend in a group, and today we're going to explore Pueblito Pesa together while I share some important safety tips to note before visiting Medellin. The first and most important thing I want to tell you: never wander around in Medellin alone, and even more importantly, don't hang out with strangers. It's just not safe, especially at night or if you're heading out to party. Tourists are often targeted for robbery, and in some cases, they're even drugged, which I'll talk about more later in the video. It's not about being paranoid, but about being smart. There are some things here that you really don't want to learn the hard way. I'll tell you more as we move forward. For example, let me tell you how I met Anna.
Me and Anna, we met on a group on hostelworld.com. Similarly, you can find more people on, let's say, couchsurfing, hostelworld.com,
Which is an app
of travelers, or else you can find people in your hostels to hang out with. So it's always better to go out with people whom you know instead of meeting random strangers and hanging out with them.
So what happened with us? We formed a group because we knew going solo wasn't the smartest move.
There were two people from America, girl from Austria, Germany, and from England. So we all went out together. We went to the club, we partied, and then we made some new friends in the club.
Yeah.
And then we got out and we were just walking. Everyone was drunk. It was late night. And then suddenly the police comes, and then the police starts scanning everyone, searching for, I don't know, certain things. We had nothing, so we were very unbothered.
Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
let's
go ahead.
check.
The police stopped us for a check, but I only had my phone, wallet, and a protein bar on me. So,
And everything went well. When the police left, we realized this one guy had coke.
Yeah, he was like, oh my god, I had this. We were like, what?
one guy was literally carrying coke in his pocket.
And just imagine, I mean, we all would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Just because of that guy.
Everybody was from a different country, so
The thing is, don't hang out with people you don't know. Yeah, and never hang out alone.
that's a good tip. Never alone, never.
Never alone.
There's
So
a lot
like,
of weird things.
weird things that happen in the city.
So, like I said, don't go out alone, and definitely don't go out with strangers. In our case, we became friends with some locals and went out with them. Turns out, one of them had cocaine on him. The police showed up and started searching everyone. Anna and I had nothing on us, and neither did anyone else as far as we knew. The police checked us and then left. No problem, right? Well, after they were gone, One of the guys casually mentioned that he actually did have cocaine the whole time. We got lucky that the police didn't find it, but if they had, it wouldn't have mattered that we had nothing on us. We were with him, and that alone could have gotten us into serious trouble. So don't repeat our mistake. Avoid trusting strangers too quickly. Take a few days to get to know them. Meet people during the day, not at night in high risk areas. The next big thing to remember is no dar papaya. This is a common Colombian phrase that basically means don't make yourself an easy target. If you have something valuable, like a phone, camera, or jewelry, don't flash it in public. Right now, I'm holding my phone like this because I'm in a safe area. But don't walk around Medellin doing this. Keep your phone out of sight and definitely don't show off expensive stuff on the street. Snatch and grab thefts are super common here. You'll be using your phone like normal, and out of nowhere, someone will snatch it and take off before you even realize what happened. There are plenty of ways theft can happen. Someone might pull up on a bike and snatch your stuff, or a lone thief could target you when no one's around. These were some of the examples on screen. If you need to check your directions, step aside somewhere safe and then make a move. The next thing, stay away from prostitution. Like I mentioned earlier, the women here are absolutely stunning. As you walk around, you'll see plenty of beautiful girls, but keep in mind, a lot of them are involved in prostitution. Don't make the mistake of getting caught up in this. Sure, some people come to this city specifically for that, but personally, it's not my thing, and I wouldn't recommend it to my close friends either. The risks are severe. You could get robbed, catch an STD, which is common here, or even end up in a life-threatening situation. There are countless dangers tied to this, and I'll cover them later in the video. For now, my advice, enjoy the city without getting into trouble. Next up, be aware of something called devil's breath. Yes, you heard that right. Devil's breath is a substance native to Colombia, and it's been gaining a lot of attention in recent years, especially after COVID. The official name for it is scopolamine. It's a dangerous substance that can completely mess with your mind. You might think I'm exaggerating, but trust me, if you're exposed to devil's breath, you can lose all control for 2 to 3 days. You'll still be conscious, but you won't remember anything, and you could end up being completely hypnotized. I'm telling you, once you inhale it in, whether by choice or not, there is no going back for 2 to 3 days. It'd be wise to steer clear of any hard substances or anyone dealing them, because you never know what can happen when your consciousness is in someone else's hands. Imagine someone makes you inhale it. Within hours, you'd be doing whatever they tell you to do, like giving them your phone, laptop, or anything else. I'm not making this up. This has actually happened to people. I'll attach some news articles on screen to give you a clearer picture. Criminals use devil's breath in some seriously sneaky ways. They might blow in your face or slip in your drink. Some laced cigarettes, fake perfume tests, or even a handshake can drug you without you realizing it. And keep in mind, they mostly target tourists. I know someone in my hostel who had a terrible experience. This guy went to a club and a girl spiked his drink with devil's breath. The next thing he knows, he wakes up in his apartment after 2 days, lying in an ice-filled bathtub with stitches on his stomach. The girl, along with some others, had taken him to his apartment, removed one of his kidneys, and left him there in the ice spa. It's hard to believe, but it's a real danger. Thankfully, the guy survived because they only took one kidney. But the point is, things like this really happen. You can't get your kidney back, and even though you can replace your phone and laptop, you can't replace your organs. So, be cautious. Devil's breath is a potent substance, and criminals are very well aware how to sneak this into your system without you knowing. One example, if someone gives you a business card, that card might be coded with the drug. If you touch it, the drug could enter your system through your nose. And even if you throw away the card, the drug might still be on your fingers and could get into your system later. Bottom line, don't accept anything from anyone on streets, and always be aware of your surroundings. It's not just about avoiding sketchy people, it's about staying safe from dangerous substances. This drug is especially common in situations where people are flirting or getting involved with strangers, but it's not always the case. There's also the story of 2 guys who went to a bar, were sitting and drinking, and a couple next to them started chatting. When the bar was closing, the couple asked to switch tables. The guys didn't think anything of it. Then, the next thing they knew, they woke up in their own apartment 2 to 3 days later. Everything, their phones, laptops, TV, even furniture, was gone. They were left with absolutely nothing. So they went over to security to ask where their stuff was. The guard told them their so-called friends had taken everything. They were stunned. How did they let that happen? Then the guard explained, well, you guys actually put your stuff in their truck yourselves. It just goes to show how dangerous devil's breath is. These guys didn't even realize they'd loaded their stuff into someone's truck while they were knocked out for 2 to 3 days. When they woke up, everything was gone. They were actually hypnotized while doing all this, just following orders from the couple they met at the bar. If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. So, stay cautious around overly friendly strangers, trust your gut when something seems too good to be true, and never go out alone at night. Stick with the group. And here's another crucial point, don't leave your drink unattended. If you're at a club or bar, always keep your thumb in your drink. Don't even leave the lid off because someone could easily spike it. Just don't walk away from your drink at all. This is very important, especially in Medellin. The next thing I want to mention is don't talk about Pablo Escobar. Whenever you think of Medellin, Escobar's name might come to mind, but trust me, don't bring him up with the locals. People here really don't like to hear his name. Many lives were lost because of him. People who did nothing wrong and had no involvement in his crimes. It's not something you just mention casually. Many believe Escobar put this city on the map, but let me tell you, its true essence goes far beyond the shadows of his dark past. Escobar wasn't any good person either, and for those who still idolize him, it's important to realize the damage he caused. He was a deeply destructive figure, and people here don't want to be reminded of him. Medellin has so many good things to offer, and they don't want their city to be defined by a man who caused so much pain. Even though Escobar is long gone, it's best to avoid bringing up his name, and if possible, try to skip the tours or activities that profit from his legacy. I see some tourists come specifically to explore that part of history, but just a heads up, it might not sit well with the locals. I took a tour just for the sake of my work to show the real impact he had on this country and its people, and how many innocent lives were lost in the process. I am telling you, he was not a good person. So, when you visit Medellin, just don't bring him up and focus on the city's beauty and culture instead. There's so much more to enjoy. The next important thing is don't talk about your money, assets, or show off. Never openly share how much you earn, what kind of car you drive, or brag about your watch. Don't show off, it's just asking for trouble. People here are used to hearing about these things, and it can make you a target for crime. Wearing an expensive watch or walking around with your phone out could easily get you robbed. So just keep things low-key when it comes to money and assets. The next thing to keep in mind in Colombia might seem a bit unusual, but it's important. Don't be too direct. Since Hannah speaks Spanish, she can explain this better.
Anna, can you explain it a little better?
Sure. Okay. So this is what I think about when when you want to ask something to someone here. They always greet you first. So for example, they say, "Hola, buen día, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?"
What does it mean?
That means, "Hi, how are you? Is everything okay?" And then you ask the question.
You ask the question.
Exactly. So if you say, "Hey, how are you?" and then they'll ask the same. So
yeah. So let's say if I have to ask that, where's the bus station? In India, I would say, if I meet a stranger, I would just say, where's the bus station? In US, it might be like, hey, where's the bus station? In Mexico, how is it?
yeah, it's a bit more direct as well.
Yeah, but
So-
in Colombia, if you had to ask someone where the bus station is, how would you ask it?
They will always ask you, "How are you? How's your day going?"
So let's say this in Spanish. You go somewhere and there's a stranger and you want to ask where's the bus station.
Okay, so
Let's
they
say I'm the stranger.
Okay. Hola, buen día. ¿Qué es lo que gusta hacer? ¿Cómo va su día hoy?
Okay. So she's like, hey, hope you're having a great day, and I have a question, where's the bus station? So never be too direct.
If you want to ask for something in Colombia,
Always greet the person first, and then ask how he's doing, and then ask your question.
Of course. Yes. Always be nice.
Yeah, always be more polite and always greet the person.
so the next tip is always dress down.
Never dress up.
Don't dress up or show off expensive jewelry, watches, or anything flashy. The idea is to blend in with the locals. You'll notice that people here, especially in Medellin, don't wear shorts and slippers like you might see in smaller towns or villages in places like India. People here kind of take offense when it comes to these things. This advice is just for the men.
Have you noticed it as well? Like the men in Colombia, I haven't seen anyone wearing shorts or like slippers or sandals. Everyone's very well dressed.
Yeah,
They would
always
wear
with
pants
jeans.
or jeans with shoes.
With shoes,
No one is in their slides or slippers.
No, I think only tourists. I think that's
Only
how,
tourists.
I
Yeah.
think that's how they can tell who's a tourist and who's
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
because
yeah.
there was
Yeah,
wear jeans.
that's how. And that's what I'm saying in the video. Try to blend in. So what I notice is that the men don't wear shorts and slippers. So it's better if you wear jeans and
Yeah, like
clean
normal.
shoes. And everyone's shoes are really clean.
Really clean, I
Re-
know. I think I'm the. These are
Yeah.
really dirty.
Everyone here keeps their shoes really neat and clean, so that's something to keep in mind. Dress down and try to blend in. The way you show off in other countries, like when you're in Dubai or other places, don't do that here.
Try to wear longer pants or jeans and wear cleaner shoes. Next point is never walk alone at night, even in wealthy areas.
You might think walking in a nicer area is safer, but even the rich people here use cars to get around. They don't walk. So if you're out walking by yourself, especially in a wealthy neighborhood, you could easily become a target. People might assume you're rich and try to rob you. No matter how nice or modern the area looks, just avoid walking alone at night. Always try to take a taxi or preferably an Uber, which I will tell you why later in the video. Your best bet, go out with the group. Another tip I want to tell you for Medellin and all of Colombia is be very gentle with car doors. When you're getting in or out of a car, always close the door gently. People here take it very seriously and can get pretty offended if you slam it. I learned this the hard way in Bogota. I took an Uber, and when I closed the door a little too loudly, the driver kept getting upset, asking me why I did that. I didn't really understand why it was such a big deal at first, but then I realized it's not just him. Everyone here gets annoyed if you slam the door. So always close the car door softly and avoid causing any irritation.
Even now, when we got off the Uber, what was the driver saying, trying to say? What happened?
Okay, he said, can you please tell him to close it gently?
Yeah. So we were getting out of the Uber, and before I even closed the door, but now I already knew how to close the door, how to shut the door. But he said it to her, please be gentle to my door, ask him to be gentle.
Ask him to be gentle with
because
the door,
yeah, he realized we're foreigners and locals know it, that they're always gentle. Like suavemente or suave is what they say. Suave means gentle.
Yeah.
So every time I get into Uber, when I'm getting out, the driver is always like suave, suave.
Please don't.
Yeah, like don't slam it. Be gentle with it.
Por favor, sé muy delicado con la puerta. I'm like,
yeah, puerta is the door. Puerta matlab gate.
And the proper way to close the door here is to bring it all the way to the edge and then close it firmly.
Like in India, usually when we sit in a car, so we take the momentum with us. So let's say I go sit in the car, so I'll take the door and use the momentum to shut it, like slam it like this. If you do it here in Colombia, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
you're in trouble. If it's someone else's car. If it's your car, then it's still fine.
People here really love their cars and take good care of them. So it's important to be mindful of how you handle the car door. Bring it close.
Pause for a moment and then slam it. Don't just use your momentum or slam it hardly.
Very good point.
All right.
Here's another important tip. Whenever you withdraw cash from an ATM, don't do it from ones available on the street. Street ATMs can be dangerous. Someone might be watching you or following you. So it's much safer to use an ATM inside a shopping mall. After withdrawing your cash, don't just leave the mall right away. Take your time. Go to the supermarket, do some shopping, buy some clothes, or just hang out for a bit. Even if you don't need anything, sit in a restaurant or a coffee shop for a few minutes. The key here is to wait for at least 10 to 15 minutes before you head out. This gives you time to make sure no one is following you. If you just walk straight out, someone could be tailing you without you realizing. I'm not making this up. These kinds of crimes do happen here. I've personally withdrawn cash from street ATMs before. I wasn't robbed, but I'm always careful. I always check my surroundings before I even enter the ATM. When I'm withdrawing cash, I keep an eye on the entrance and exit. Afterward, I immediately hide the cash in my pockets and don't stand around outside. I head straight to my next destination without lingering. Maybe it's my years of traveling experiences that keep me sharp and aware in these situations. I've been talking a mile a minute and dishing out tips non-stop. My jaw's ready to tap out. Time to wind down with some food. Alright, let's sit and grab a bite somewhere.
There's an eatery there.
Here's a laid-back type restaurant. Let's head in. Here's the menu of the restaurant. You can see the prices. Just a quick note about the local currency. $1 is around 4,000 Colombian pesos and €1 is about 4,500. The Colombian peso uses the dollar sign, but it's their own local currency. So the digits might look big, but it's really just a few dollars. It's not super expensive. Actually, it's pretty affordable. You'll see what I mean when you check out the prices written here. This is their main course. Let me flip the page real quick. This is actually the state's traditional food. In Colombia, frijoles, yes, it is said like that because they pronounce J as H. These are kidney beans which they eat a lot here. It's similar to how we have rajma and rice in India. So their traditional dish is rice with kidney beans, and they also have an egg on the side. The dish on the menu, I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I think it's made from rice. You can get a meal like this for about 30,000 to 35,000 Colombian pesos, which is roughly around $8 to $10. Polo means chicken, so those are the chicken dishes on the menu. Pescados means fish. Our food is here.
Muchas gracias. Wow. Gracias.
Does the beans are...
Yeah. The beans are here. Frijoles, yeah. Muchas gracias.
Here's the chicken. And I think this is butter that comes with it, though I'm not completely sure what it is. I also got rajma rice separately, just like we make it in India. You just saw the image, right? That's what it looks like over there. Yep, I can confirm this is the same rajma with gravy. The dish also has rice and there's also a salad on the side.
What did you order?
This is very famous. It's called chicharrón.
Chicharrón. Is it pork?
It's pork.
Okay. And this is frijoles?
It's a sauce.
Just a sauce, okay.
This is bread, and this is a salad, and this is tomato soup.
Tomato soup, okay.
You can check out the vibe here. Very chill. Asked for table upstairs, but that was full. This one's still pretty great though. Okay, that's enough talk. I've been hungry for a while now. Our taxi is here. Actually, Uber is banned here.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien. Excelente.
Here is another quick bonus tip for you. Uber is technically banned here, but it still works perfectly fine. That's exactly why you should always go for Uber instead. It's a lot safer. Local taxi drivers can sometimes overcharge you, try to scam you, or in the worst cases, even rob you. With Uber, the chances of any of that happening are almost zero. But keep this in mind while booking an Uber. Always sit in the front seat next to the driver. If the police stop you, just tell them he's your friend, giving you a free ride and that you're not paying him. Taxi drivers and the police don't like Uber because it cuts into their business, but the app works perfectly fine and it's the safest option. So sit in the front seat so it doesn't look like you're in a regular taxi. So yeah, those are my top tips for visiting Medellin. A few of these might seem small, but trust me, they can really matter. Some could even save your lives at certain circumstances. Alright, I think that's it for this video. Medellin is an absolutely fantastic city. Amazing nightlife, beautiful nature, tons of greenery, and the weather is just perfect. It's no surprise so many digital nomads and solo travelers are coming here, and that number keeps growing. It's kind of becoming a hub for them. Plus, it's super affordable compared to a lot of other places. Just make sure to stay careful and keep these tips in mind while you're here. If you're a guy, it's better to come with 2 to 3 friends and always stay away from hard substances. Don't even think about trying them here. You can get addicted from the first try and they're really bad for you. Alright, stay safe, stay smart, and enjoy your time. Let's wrap up the video here.